What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC 304, Edwards versus Muhammad Part 2, guys, over there in Manchester, England. 6 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, 27th, 2024, right? Interesting card, man. We got 14 fights on this card. A couple of matchups here, obviously, are going to be part 2. Leon Edwards and Bell Muhammad fought already. And Tom Aspinall and Curtis Blazers fought already too, right? So we're going to jump into this real fast and knock this out. Got a couple fights here. Before I get started, guys, hit the thumbs up button so this video can get out. Also, subscribe to this channel. Also, check out my Patreon account for all my face-off predictions and prop plays. You can also donate to my PayPal account, guys, alright? Let's knock this out real quick. First fight here, we have Shannon Bonnan versus Alice Ardelean. Also, a couple fights here are short notice. Alice is a short notice. Jake Adley is short notice, and Robocop. Gregory Rodrigues is short notice too. All right. Don't know how much short notice, but they did some switch up there. Okay. So we got Shannon here, right? Shannon has a more of a karate base in her, but the thing about her that she don't really pack that much power, and she will look to counter, but it's not a one-hitter quitter because she don't pack no power, right? She doesn't really look for no takedown. She can get taken down. Her head can be straight up. At times she's hittable. But overall, she seems like a tough woman. Like she was hanging there, right? And at times she throws a low volume. So she will move around. You know, she have the footwork. You know, is it the best footwork? I mean, it is what it is. You know, she uses the footwork to move in and out, and she moves laterally in circular movements and kind of stay on the outside. But at times when she's doing that, you know, it's just low volume. It's not much activity, right? Kind of remind me of a Paige Van Zandt in a kind of way. So, but I feel she's a little more skilled with the technique than Paige. But you know, they're kind of similar in a kind of sense as far as the you know, like the mannerisms and some of the movements. Okay, her opponent here, Alice. Alice making her debut here. Like I said, a short notice. She seems, you know, from the footage I've seen, she seems kind of wild at times. Sometimes she can be kind of over aggressive, you know, especially in the first round. She come out there blazing, right? Her chin sometimes can be kind of high up. Kind of remind me of Jojo Vicious, that girl from Canada. I know I mispronounced that though. But she has that, like, that dog in her that will come forward and just let the hands them go, right? But her striking is not bad though. And she will look for takedowns, she will look for throws and sweeps. And like I said, she will mix it up. So in my opinion, she's a little bit more well-rounded than Bannon, right? She also fought Willie Zhang way back in 2016, which she didn't look too bad in that fight. She kind of held her own until she got submitted. She usually fights at, I believe, 125, but she's taking this fight at 115, which she has fought at 115 before. I believe 1 or 2 times, right? Back in 2023, she fought at 115, so she's not new to this weight class, right? Let me see here. She kind of have like that kind of a kickboxing kind of vibe to her. She will use the punches themselves, the kicks them, especially to the legs, and will just, you know, switch up stance a little bit, I believe. I mean, from what I see, but she's not bad though. And I mean, for what I see, I mean, but it's a tough pick here to make because, like I said, at least her she packed the power, and Shannon, you know, doesn't really have that power, and there could be kind of like a frame difference in the body. You know, at least, you know, could have the bigger frame. You know, we will see that in the face-offs and the weigh-in stuff. But yeah, man, I'm gonna push short Alice here. I'm gonna say Alice by KO TQ in the first round. I just feel like the volume is gonna come from Alice. I feel like the power is gonna come from Alice, and whatever Shannon does may not be enough, man. And I just feel like it could be physical strength too that plays a factor from Alice too, and also the ground game from Alice just being a more well-rounded female, right? So I'll go with Alice KO TQ first round, but zero confidence. Like I said, sometimes with the women fights here, you know, you gotta be careful with them because they can go either which way, you know. So Alice KO TQ first round. Next fight we got Mick Parkin versus Lucas Brazil. Mick here, Mick works off his jab. Movement not bad, more of a kickboxing kind of vibe. Look for the takedowns. You mix it up, the wrestling. This guy here is pretty good, man. Yeah, this guy's a pretty good guy. He's not he's a pretty legit fighter. I believe he fights with Tom Aspinall too, right? Or he trains with Tom Aspinall, sorry. Yeah, they're like a teammates there, you know. His opponent here, Lucas. Lucas, you know, he comes to strike mostly. You know, throws a lot of heavy leg kicks. Will let the hands go at time, but defensive wise, kind of hittable, and he can get taken down, and he will gas out. But mostly, he can get taken down, man. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. But I mean, this guy is, you know, kind of flat. You know, he will be there in front of you, trying to set up with the leg kicks. You know, with the hands to set up the kicks. But you know, like I said, he can get taken down. So I just feel Parkin is just a more well-rounded guy here. So I'm gonna go with Mick Parkin here for the win. I'm gonna say Mick by KO TKO in the first round. Yeah, I think that's what I got there. I actually had it in the second, but I changed it. So Mick by KO TKO first round, guys. All right. Next fight we got Sam Patterson versus Kiefer Crosby. Patterson is going to have a massive 8-inch of reach, which is freaking insane reach, right? And 4-inch of height. But he's very hittable though. When he strikes, you know, there's times where his chin is high up, especially, you know, when he's backpedaling, his chin is right up in the air. And sometimes when he comes forward, his chin is up. But his grappling is sound though. You know, his jiu-jitsu and submission game is not bad. But, you know, he can get knocked out though. Or he can get flash knockdowns. And sometimes he recovers and sometimes it doesn't. Right? His opponent here, Crosby, you know, this guy's more of a brawler. But the thing about this guy here, he can get taken down and submitted. So you have a guy here that can get taken down and submitted, but he does throw heavy. But this is one of these fights, man, where it's like a heads or tail. Because if Crosby can close the distance and take away, you know, the length, and they strike him from Patterson. Is it Peterson? From Patterson, you know, and take away, you know, his range and get him close in boxing. You know, Crosby could catch him with the overhand, and then that would be it, you know. But if, you know, Patterson can keep this fight on the outside, and move around, pick his shots, and look for takedowns and submission, and then he can win. So it's like a fight where it's like it's just up in the air, man. It's like heads or tail. I mean, to be honest with you, it can go either way. I remember that a lot of these guys are from fighting out of England, cards in England, so it could be some kind of rubber here and hometown favorites. So you gotta be careful with that, especially if it goes to judges. I'm gonna take a shot with Sam Patterson here by submission first round, but zero confidence, guys. Like I said, with Patterson, chin up in the air, and when he gets hit, he goes down. So play at your own risk on that one. All right. Submission first from Patterson. Next fight here, we got Mohamed Makhachev versus Manel Kape. Mohamed here, I mean, he's good at what he does. He's a good wrestler, right? But I notice with him, you know, he usually finishes fights real quick in the first round. Usually, you know, but and he doesn't do that. He tends to kind of slow down, especially with his wrestling, and he tends to want to just fall to his knees, you know, which you don't want to do that with just anybody, especially if the person, you know, is quick at the movement, and very athletic, like Manel Kape is, right? And when he does gas out, like I said, he doesn't really wrestle as well. His striking is so-so. I mean, compared to Manel Kape, I mean, Manel Kape is freaking, this guy is very sharp with his techniques. Good counter striking, his boxing is good. His movement, you know, his rhythm is nice, his flow is nice. His takedown defense is not bad either. It has been getting better. What I see from Muhammad though, Muhammad pretty much looks the same from when he came into the UFC. You know, just gritty wrestler, jumps on you, pull you down. You look for the submissions. The submission game is good, and he's crafty with it. But I see from Manel Kape though, Manel Kape has improved. You know, from fight to fight, and this guy here is, as I said, he's pretty sharp, man. And if Muhammad come in here and get tired with this guy, or just leave himself open, he can get countered. You know, and it's not just the countering, is the power that comes with that, and the speed and the timing and precision and the rhythm, you know. So yeah, man, this is a tough one here, guys. This is 50-50, because like I said, you know, with Muhammad, you know, he gets tired, man. He gasses out, and if he can't take down Kape, or have a hard time taking him down, the footwork from Kape, the in and out and lateral movements, is going to give Muhammad some problems. He's going to give him mad problems, man. So, and again, he could take down Kape, because there's, you know, fights with Kape that he does get taken down, and that's Muhammad's style. It's a grind out, like a Khabib kind of style, right? I'm going to go with Kape here, guys. I'm going to say Kape by decision. It could be a split decision, but again, look at Muhammad here. You know, he's fighting out of Manchester, England, right? So it could favor him to win, you know what I mean? So you gotta be very careful with that. So if it goes to decision, most likely Muhammad could be the one winning, but I just like what I see from Kape more, man. And it could also be a knockout. Kape could also finish Muhammad. It's a possibility, man. But I'm gonna go with Kape here. I'm gonna say Kape by decision. It could be a split, but zero confidence, guys. Alright, be careful with that one. Next fight, I have Oban Elliott versus Preston Parsons. Oban, from what I see, looks to want to wrestle. He's hittable. Can get hurt in the foot. That's pretty much it. I mean, he's well rounded, but that's pretty much it. You know, what I see from Preston Parsons though, Preston Parsons, you know, will look to wrestle. He's grindy, crafty guy. Will look for the submission, put a lot of pressure on you. Will tie up in the clinch and take you to the ground. Has more of a dog in him, man. I'm liking Parsons here, guys. I'm gonna say Parsons by submission in the second round, guys. All right. Next fighter, we have Modesto Bukaska versus Marcin Prachnio. I think I pronounced that right, man. Marcin Prachnio. I think I got that one right. Modesto here. Gonna have the 4-inch reach, man. Karate stylist, I believe, kickboxing kind of vibe. Will look to wrestle you too. He's technical in some kind of way. And he will mix it up and everything like that, but at times, you know, with some of his fights, he's inactive. Like, he'll just be there just looking at you and don't really throw much. Moves around though, but don't really throw that much volume, you know, and that's not good, you know, especially fighting a guy like Prachnio. You know, Marcin Prachnio is a karate-based guy. Can get taken down, but he's been working in his takedown defense. This is a guy in Prachnio which I will say has improved. What I see from Modesto still looks the same. From he was in the UFC, from he left and came back, he still looks the same, right? Prachnio chin can be kind of high up too, and Modesto chin can be high also. Prachnio can get sloppy at times, but like I said, he has improved. And the one thing about this guy here, Prachnio, he keeps throwing a lot of volume, man. Even if it's sloppy, even if he gets hit, he's still throwing punches and kicks, especially leg kicks, and that adds up in points. So yeah, I mean, what I see from Modesta, like I said, is just not enough volume, man. At least with Prachnio, he throws a lot of volume, man. So I'm gonna go with Prachnio here, guys. Definitely not a confident pick at all, man. This is a 50-50, and this could go either way. And, you know, Modesta could come in here and pull off a win. It's very possible. But I'm gonna go with Prachnio though. I'm gonna say Marcin Prachnio by decision, guys. Just the guy that's working more volume. You know what I mean? All right. Next fight here we have Caolan Loughran versus Jake Adley. Caolan here, I think I pronounced that right, Caolan. A lot of forward pressure, heavy boxing. We look for the wrestling to take it down. Very durable guy, man. Dog. This guy got a dog in him, man. Keep coming forward. A lot of pressure. Adley here, short notice, and he is going up to 135, I believe. So he's going up to a higher weight class. So you could see Caolan here could be frame-wise a little bigger, even though I believe Adley may have the reach advantage. I believe it's like a 2-inch. Yep, 2-inch reach advantage. But with Adley here, man, you know, Adley, I don't know, it's kind of hard to get a read on him. You know, his jiu-jitsu is good and he will submit you, but yeah, I don't know, it's like when he's striking, he will look good for a little while and he just start to fade. You can touch him up, you can knock him down, he gets hurt in the foot. You know, it's like he's not durable. And then, but he will go for the submissions and he will get them, but it's like, I think this guy here is just based more off of the submission kind of game, you know, and he gets hurt, kind of, you know, he's a guy that would drop the ball in a kind of way, and under pressure, he just doesn't do too well. And fighting a guy like Caolan who's going to pressure, that's durable, that's a dog, you know, and again, at 135, I'm going to go with Caolan here, guys. I'm going to say Caolan Loughran by decision, guys. 50-50 still, because like I said, Adley could come in here and probably pull off a win, you know. Like I said, these fighters are no disrespect to anybody. I'm just breaking down the fights and on how I do my homework on my breakdown, watching videos and footages and stats. So and also face-offs and weigh-ins. So I'm not here to beat down any one of these fighters, because to come in this cage and perform like that and fight, especially in front of people, and take a beating, and sometimes, you know, even though you take a beating, you still win, and sometimes you just get knocked out or submitted, and worse than that too. You know, it's not easy. A lot of these guys put their health on the line, man. So I'm not here to disrespect any of these guys. Everybody here, they deserve to be here, and that's part of the game, and it's all love at the end of the day. All right. So the love you give out is the love you get back. What you put out, what you get back. What you put in is what you get out. All right. So I like Caolan here. Caolan by decision, 50-50, guys. All right. Next fighter, we got Molly McCann versus Bruna Brazil. Molly McCann here, she has improved, man. She's a well-rounded woman, you know. Let me see here. You know, we come forward. She's very aggressive. We let the hands go. She's heavy-handed too. We look to knock her out, but can get submitted though. You know, but she, like I said, she's been working on it, but she does pack power, and she does pull off her own submissions also with the last fight against Diana Bilabita. You know, she got an armbar there. Against her opponent here though, Brazil. Brazil gonna have a 3-inch of reach. She fights long, rangy, a lot of footwork movement in and out. You know, use the jab set up techniques, especially the head kick, which is probably one of her powerful moves. But under pressure though, man, doesn't do well under pressure. Tends to break, can get tied up against the cage, can get taken down, can get also knocked out, right? You know, that's part of the game. The thing about Bruna here is that she has the tools and everything like that, but you know, it's she will look to counter, but it's not a one-hitter quitter, except for the kick. If she can land the head kick, then it's lights out. But just the hands and the techniques that she's firing out, other than the head kick, you know, there's not a lot of power from it as far as threat. So with Molly McCann, if Molly McCann just close the distance in her, take away her kicks, take away her movement, which she can, back her up, then it'd be a problem. And that seems to be the issue with Brazil. You know, Luma the same thing, Denise Gomes the same thing. You know, majority of her fights that she lost is the same thing, and usually she gets finished. You know, it's just when the pressure is applied and the person throws heavy, and Molly McCann is going to come in there and throw heavy. Can Brazil submit Molly McCann? Of course. Like I said, Brazil does have a ground game, but it's the consistency, it's the pace. Can she carry that pace the entire round without getting hurt or knocked down or getting bullied or getting pushed against the cage and not doing much, kind of low volume at times? You know, can she carry the pace? And that's the issue. I don't feel she can, but anything is possible though. And she could come in this fight and fight differently. But I'm going to go with Molly McCann though, just for aggressive forward movement, heavy-handed, put her against the cage, possibly even take her down, but she probably don't want to do that because Brazil does have a ground game and can find the submission. But it's just the aggressiveness of Molly McCann, the dog, and just the heavy punches, you know, going to be the heavier hitter. So I'm going to go with Molly McCann. I'm going to say Molly McCann, like I said, by decision, guys. I'm not confident. It's 50-50. Definitely not confident. I got to reach from Brazil. If she's able to keep her on the outside and carry that pace. But I haven't seen her done that though against somebody who was aggressive forward with heavy. She hasn't done that yet. She keeps breaking. All right. Next fight we got Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pinudo. Daniel Wood here, well-rounded guy, very skilled guy, very technical, good ground game. Will mix it up well. Can get hurt in the foot though, kind of flash knockdown kind of vibe, but he recovers well. But this guy's a very, very skilled guy, man. His opponent here, Daniel. Daniel is also a skilled guy too. More of a, you know, both guys are, you can say, are veterans. You know, Daniel will look for the submissions though, man. I believe he has like 19 by submission. So this guy is a big threat on the ground. So you don't want to play around with this guy on the ground. Striking is not bad either. But I think Wood supposed can hang with Daniel here. So I'm gonna go with Wood. I'm gonna say Wood by decision. Could also be a finish by Wood also. You know, possibly like a KO TKO, maybe first, second round, but I'm gonna keep it to a decision though. Alright. Do I want to keep it to a decision? Hold on there for a second, guys. If I remember Daniel here, I did do my homework on the fight, on that particular fight though, but Daniel, sometimes he fades as the fight go on, meaning that he can get finished in the fight. So he usually fades 3 by knockout, 6 by submission. Yeah. May do a change here, guys. I must say, my thing is that Wood hasn't had a finish in a while. That's the whole thing. When last time Wood finished a fight, it's a lot of decision wins. Yeah, man. He hasn't finished a fight in a while, man. It's been a while. I mean, a submission. Last knockout was in 2018. I'm gonna keep the decision here, guys. But Daniel, like I said, is a very experienced guy. You can tell by his record, and you know he's been in UFC from way back, left and came back. So you don't want to sleep on Daniel at all. So, but I'm gonna go with Wood though. Say Wood by decision. All right. Next fight here, guys. Where we at? Number 10. We have Arnold Allen versus Jigar Jakati. Allen here, very skilled dude, man. Striking is not bad. Ground game is pretty good. You know, I think he's maybe a little better on the ground. And this guy here, you know, he has 2 losses back to back, but losses to Max Holloway, it's not a bad loss by decision. It's not like he got finished. And Movsar Evloev by decision too. And these guys are usually, you know, finish their opponents. So to go to decision, even though you lost, is not a bad thing. And Allen is a skilled guy, man. Against Giga Jakarta. Giga Jakarta is a skilled striker. You know, a very technical guy. I believe, I want to say Kempo Karate. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Or Goju Karate. I think it's Goju. Yeah. I think it's Goju. Giga is good, man. He's a good striker. Ground game has gotten better, but I just feel like Allen is just like more well-rounded here. As far as MMA is concerned, Allen movement, from what I remember, his movement is not bad. Giga will kind of walk you down. Will also move too, but I believe Allen movement is a little bit more elusive. A lot more lateral movement, staying off the center line. You know, Giga will come down straight at you, kind of land that overhand or that heavy kick, right? So I'm gonna go with Allen. I'm gonna say Allen by decision, guys, and yeah, slight confidence, but never too confident though. It is 60% Allen, 40% Giga, right? Next fight here, guys. We have Christian Leroy Duncan CLD versus Robocop Gregory Rodrigues. This is a tough one here to pick, man. Most of these card fights in the main card is tough to pick. CLD, man, he looks good. You know, he's well-rounded. You know, switches stance, have kind of a taekwondo kind of karate kind of vibe with him. In and out movement, puppy shot, looks to counter, very aggressive, especially when he knows that he got you. Then you close the distance, land some elbows, and you start to, you know, let loose on you. You know, just let all his tools go on you. You know what I mean? So handle range very well, in and out movement. Defense is not bad, but the issue is that the guy here, Rodrigues, man, this guy Rodrigues is like a Robocop. It's the reason why he's a Robocop, man. Not as durable though. He can get knocked out. You know, been knocked out a couple times, I believe like 4 times. But he packed power, and when he's on, which is usually on, he's coming straight at you, and he will cut you off, walk you down, and let his hands go. Now, if you look at Robocop, man, you know the guys that he fought are pretty good fighters. Chedi, you know, Julian Marquez, John Young Park. You know what I mean? Brad Torres. He fought some good guys and beat them. You know, if you look at CLD, you know, CLD hasn't really fought nobody. You know, Claudio Ribeiro, I mean, that guy didn't really do nothing in the fight. Armin Petrosian, which he lost to him, you know, so, you know, and then Duskov Todrick, you know, which pretty much this guy hurt his knee. So, I'm just saying that the experience has to go towards Rodrigues. And also, what I see from CLD, he's nice when the fight is kind of clean. And like, this is not a disrespect or not. The guy is a good fighter, but he's nice when fight is clean. But when it's not clean, it becomes like a dog fight, like a Robocop coming towards you, just like letting the hands go and pressure. He can break. You know, guy like Ribeiro couldn't do it because he wasn't throwing anything. You know, he was just shelling up. So that works for CLD, because now the fight is in his hands now, because he's the one dictating, you know, the movement and the strikes, right? But when it's not clean and it becomes dirty, you know, sometimes CLD don't do as well, from what I see. You know, and a guy like Rodrigues, who's freaking straightforward pressure, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, you know, and like I said, Gregory Rodrigues, you know, you see him strike a lot and, you know, power and knock out a lot of people, but his ground game is pretty good, man. His submission game is good, BJJ black belt. The movement, though, from CLD could give Rodrigues problem, but like I said, you know, you're moving, but, you know, you're unable to counter. You don't want to let your tools out too much, because then Gregory will catch you, you know, so you're kind of hesitating a lot. Which, like I said, everything comes off your footwork, but he has to be able to can counter. You know, can he do it? I don't know. This fight is a question mark fight. This is a 50-50 for me. You know, when it comes to this fight, because I'm just not. I'm I'm just not sold on CLD yet. I feel like, you know, he's good. He's good. You know, I'm not gonna take anything away from him. His technique is good. His movement is good. But you know, it's just the experience. I don't feel he has fought anybody like Robocop yet. That's gonna put that mad pressure on him. He did with Armin, and Armin did put that pressure on him. So it could be similar but worse. So I'm gonna go with Gregory Rodrigues here, guys. We know Rodrigues, Robocop's a short notice, but Gregory Rodrigues for more the experience than more experience than anything else. You know, than to can. You know, CLD is gonna move around. He's gonna throw the techniques out there, but Robocop, you know, you see that already. You're gonna walk him down, maybe eat some shots, maybe get hurt on the foot. CLD probably hurt him, yeah. CLD probably finish him. That's very possible. If he does, you know, that's all hats off. You know, it's good. I mean, it's good for him. You know, but you know, if he's unable to finish Rodrigues and he's moving, but nothing happening from him, Rodrigues is just walking him down and hitting him with big heavy shots. It's not going to look good on the scorecard. Even though it's in England, and CLD probably, of course, are going to favor him. But you know, there are robberies, man. But if a guy is moving around and not much volume happening, and he's just trying not to get hit with heavy shots, you know, it's kind of hard to steal that too. You know, which I've seen some crazy robbers, but I'm gonna go with Rodrigues though. I'm gonna say Rodrigues by decision, guys. All right, CLD defense is not bad, but again, you know, if he's on his back, you know, the pressure, you know, Gregory Rodrigues walk him down, take away him, you know, what he's good at, his strikes, his long range techniques, problems. So this decision by Rodrigues. Bobby Green versus Paddy Pimblett. Green here, light on foot, well-rounded guy, Philly shell defense kind of vibe there. Kind of like a Floyd Mayweather kind of vibe. Has wrestling too, but he is hittable though, and he's becoming more hittable, you know. But he does flow, and he does, you know, bob and weave, and you know, shell up a little bit and counter you. And you know, he doesn't look bad when he's on, but he can get caught, right? Will also wrestle you too. So Bobby Green is actually a good fighter, you know, and you could see, you know. And even though he have a couple of losses here, but he's losing against Islam Makhachev, Drew Dober. He beat Haparas, which is a good win. Beat Tony Ferguson, which Tony Ferguson at this point is pretty much is not the same anymore. Beat Grant Dawson, give him his first loss. Lost to Jalen Turner, beat Jim Miller. You know, what I say from Paddy Pimblett though, like I said, Paddy Pimblett is going to be England, man, and they love him over there. You know, him and Molly McCann. So, you know, these guys are like, you know, they're celebrities there. So he's going to be favored if it goes to judges, and if the fight is close, it's over. You know what I mean? Paddy most likely going to get it. So look at the card like that too, especially for McCann and Paddy. You know, so Paddy is well-rounded, but striking needs work, man. Still needs work. Chin is very high up. Footwork is not there. Yeah, but his submission, his ground game that, you know, that get him his wins. You know, he will strike with you, but man, it's just there to get hit, man. It's like he's there to get hit, bro. And against a guy like Green, if Green is on, man, if he comes in on and he can read and see everything, there's gonna be problems. Green is gonna be touching him up, in my opinion, man. So King Green or King Bobby, I don't know which one it is, man. I know he changes now. I don't know if it's King Green or King Bobby, man. But either way, man, what I see from Paddy, and this is from me watching footages again, even though I know the fighters and I see them, but I always go back and I watch every single fight, guys, and I break it and I analyze it in my head, and I say, hold on, there's footwork. Nah, he's not really moving well. Look at his chin, his combinations, there's not much power behind it. And Bobby's gonna touch him up, man. Paddy could get the takedowns though, and that's the thing. It's a possibility, but Bobby wrestling is not bad. His scrambles are not bad. Paddy could also get the submission. That's a strong possibility, right? But man, Green still got the speed, he's still on, his in and outs, footwork is still on. Still hittable though, but Paddy could catch him with a punch. And it's possible, but I don't really see it. But I'm gonna go with Green, man. I just go with how how I break down this fight and how I see the footages and the tapes I watch it and everything like that. It's hard to pick Paddy, man. And, I mean, he's gonna go in there and wrestle him. It's possible, but Bobby Green can wrestle. You know what I mean? And like I said, England card, hometown favorites. I'm liking Green though. I'm gonna say Bobby Green by decision, guys, and definitely 50-50 because, like I said, if it's close or not even close, Paddy could win. And give you an example. Paddy against Tony Ferguson. Ferguson actually looks good against Paddy. I think in a kind of way I felt like Ferguson probably could have won that fight. Gerard Gordon was a big robbery. That was a massive robbery. Massive. What's going to give Bobby Green the edge here is his footwork and his movement. That's what's going to give him the edge. His timing, his rhythm. Right? If it was a guy like Rodrigues now fighting Bobby, even though two different weight class, but just an example of, Paddy had the skills about what Rodrigues have, then okay. Heavy-handed, he can box, I'm there, he walk you down and, he can cut you off, then okay, the striking. But Paddy's striking is just, I feel like it needs a lot of work, so Green by decision, guys, no disrespect. Co-main event here, guys, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes. Tom here, man, this guy moves like a 205er, man. Very light on the foot, very light, quick. In and out footwork is good, and to add a plus, BJJ black belt. So and he can throw the hands, man. So and he got power. 261 pounds, but he moves light. He doesn't look. He looks like a big dude in there, but when he moving, he's like floating on air. It's like skating in that canvas. He's skating in the cage, man. His opponent here, Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes wrestling base will look to take you down too, and but Curtis starting to strike a lot more now. Very experienced guy. But the thing about this fight, in the first fight they had, this is Tom Aspinall and Curtis Blaydes part 2. The first fight they had, Tom blew out his knee, right? But the thing about this fight is it's the speed advantage, the timing, the movement, and also Tom has that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has a ground game, so it's not like he doesn't understand the ground at all. Like a fish out of water, right? So I'm going to push for Tom Aspinall here. Speed advantage, man. Timing, rhythm of the fight. Fight starts standing up. Footwork gets you to where you need to get to. But not only that, the guy packed the power, and also he has finishing techniques, which he implements from off his footwork. So it's not like Tom is going in there and just moving around, but nothing that's happening. There's no counters and nothing like that. Or even if you do counter, he's not like he doesn't pack any power, and then Tom also has a ground game, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, which he does implement submissions to. So it's a total different, man, So Tom Aspinall, KO, TKO first round, guys. Not confident though, because like I said, these are both big guys. Take one shot, man. Alright, so anything is possible. Nothing guaranteed here, guys. Alright. Main fight on the card, we got Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad. Part 2. Want to make that clear, man. Part 2, man. Leon Edwards here, guys. Very experienced guy, man. This is a guy that I would say improve a lot, especially on his ground game. The ground game improved massively, especially after he had his fight against Kamaru Usman. Even though he knocked him out with a head kick, in the second fight, but you can see in the third fight, Usman was struggling to get takedowns. I believe Usman didn't even get any takedowns. And then against Kobe Covington, he shows that, the evolution that he's been working on him ground game, him stopping takedowns, and he keep the fight at the range that he want to keep it at, right? Which is good for him. His striking, his techniques, the way he set up his punches and his kicks, or you see how he uses the punch instead of the head kick, right? So That's what we saw against Usman, right? From off the same side. So you fake the they say if it's a lead punch from off of your orthodox stance, you would throw the lead punch off the orthodox, and then the left kick come up at the same time, right? It's Kyokushin technique. You see it in a lot of karate. You see that in a lot, right? But he gained momentum though, and gained a lot of knowledge off of the Usman and the Covington fight based on his wrestling and the takedown defense. So Edwards has gotten seriously better, man. Muhammad, on the other hand, from the first fight, was an eye poke, but I felt that Edwards would have won that fight, because in the first round, when they fought the first time, I believe Edwards catch him with a head kick, and Muhammad was already dazed. Looked like he was going to go down, right? But not taking anything away from Muhammad, his striking has improved, man. So that's one thing. His wrestling was always there, but his striking has improved, and we're seeing that against Sean Brady. And Sean Brady is a tough fighter, man. So he took the O, from Sean Brady, made him 16-1 or 15-1. Sean Brady beat Kevin Gastelum, right? But Muhammad, there's a lot of forward pressure, but the thing about this fight is just the distance and the timing and the range, and just the striking from Edwards, man. It's like it's on a different level. And then we're dealing with the grappling where Edwards, has improved, with his defense. So, and like I said from the first fight, even though it was a high poke, it was a non-contest, but I felt that Edwards was going to win that fight anyways, even if there wasn't no eye poke, right? So I'm going to go with Edwards here, guys. I'm going to say Edwards by, decision, right? I give Edwards a 60, so 60%, 40 for Muhammad. I'm kind of not too generous with the percentage here, because, we start to see a lot of these fights here, man, that anything is possible. And if you train and you come in here, you can win. You put the work in, you have a good camp, you do what you need to do to make weight. So, any one of these guys, to me, all these fights are 50-50, to be honest with you, right? So, quick look at the odds here, guys. So we're working with them crazy odds. Crazy odds. Let's get it, man. Good vibes all the time, guys. Good vibes, positive vibes all the time. Positive vibes all the time, man. Even when things don't seem like it's working out for you, keep a positive vibes. Everything will change. Things are always changing, man. Nothing stays the same, so it will always pass. So just hold on, just hold in there. Just keep doing what you're doing and just hold on. But make sure you put the work in, though. But what you don't do, though, is not to give up. You never give up on what you're working on. So always keep a positive mindset. Keep pushing forward no matter what happens. Never give up. All right. Let's see here, guys. We're looking at here. What's up here, man? What's up, man? What's up? Positive mindset. And always show love. Love is the answer. Never hate, man. No matter what. No matter if you feel a way about somebody. Always show love. Yep. It always comes back. Like I always tell you, whatever you put out is what you get back. Whatever you put in is what you get out. This goes for everything, Your intake, your food intake, what you're paying attention to, music you're listening to, everything. So, always affects the mental state. Elise here, Shannon, damn, they got Elise as underdog. Well, I guess because she's short notice, I guess. I'm not sure what Shannon going to do in this fight. I mean, she don't really have the power. She can move around, which I noticed, but not a lot of volume. I guess they're probably hoping that, Elise is gonna, Shannon's gonna out-cardio her, Elise gets tired probably. That's probably what they're looking at. But even then, there's a saying, if you don't have no cardio, you can't fight. So not having the cardio, somebody without that much power, you know, can still win the fight. But this fight is a 50-50 though, guys. I wouldn't, I'd be careful with it. You know, you could split it up if you want. So there's, like I said, most of the women fights usually go the other direction. But I'm gonna go, I like Elise here. She's an underdog, so that's great. Mick and Lucas, Mick 290, 300. Yeah, I feel Mick should win this fight. I feel like he's all around the better fighter, man. He's more well-rounded guy here. Crosby and Sam Patterson. Patterson at 400 and something. No, that's some crazy odds. And the reason why I say it's crazy, like I said with Sam, he can't take a hit, man. He can't take a hit. If he gets touched, he's going out. So that's some crazy odds right there, dude. I wouldn't mess around with this one. You know, there's 14 fights on the card, whatever you're doing with it, you know, parlay and whatever. If no fights fall off, usually fights fall off. But, you know, I wouldn't mess with this though, to be honest with you. Be very, very careful with this one, man, because Crosby could come in here, close the distance, and catch him. Yep. So be careful. Orban and Preston Parsons. Parsons 142. Okay. I see that's not too bad. You know what I mean? I like Parson. 140 something is not too bad. Manel Kape and Makhachev. Makhachev. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Makhachev. I think so. Alright, so Cap here. Cap was underdog. Alright, you see, remember in a hometown favorite Muhammad. And him gonna want to push more the takedowns, you know, him gonna want to push wrestle. And kept back in the days could get taken down, but his ground game got better. But you know, Muhammad being favorite is not really it's not really a, you know, like a bad thing or like a crazy out in a kind of way. It's not really a big favorite, but the fight starts standing up, dude, and just the striking from Cap and just the all around game from Cap. You know, I feel Muhammad is mostly going to want to wrestle, and it's going to be difficult, especially the movement from Cap. But I mean, we see what happened. I mean, I'm liking Cap though, so we see what happened with that. All right. Let me see here. Marcin Prachnio and Modesto. They got Modesto 1-5. This fight is even, guys. This fight is even, man. That's just it. I'm liking Prachnio. But like I said, Modesto could win, but it's even. So be careful with that one. Damn, Caolan Loughran and Jake Adley, so the high-end Caolan. Okay. Alright, so Caolan's like 200 and something. In a kind of way, I don't really see nothing wrong with that. But remember, Jake Adley is hometown favorite. And also, again, you know, Jake Adley is going up, I believe, to 135. Am I right? Is it 135, right? I think it is. I think it's 135. Yeah, it was 135. So, yeah. Really, it's nothing too wrong with the odds here, but still be careful because Jake Adley could surprise you. Hometown favorite guy, but I feel Caolan should win. Brazil and Molly McCann, 300 and something. Molly McCann, yeah, man, it's just the track record from Bruno is like she doesn't really handle pressure too well, especially against aggressive dog with heavy hands. That's gonna come in there and let it go, and pin you against a cage and elbow you and dog you out, and mostly against the cage because Molly's good at that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But still, like I said, with women fights, you gotta be careful still. All right. Daniel Pudo and Wood 400 and something. I don't see nothing wrong with that still, but like I said, with Daniel, he's an experienced guy and he has over 19 submissions and will let the hands go too, so still be careful, but I believe Wood should win though. CLD Rodrigues, CLD is slight favorite here, hometown favorite in CLD. Short notice for Rodrigues. I know it's nothing too wrong, but I'm liking Rodrigues though, based off experience and just the fact that Rodrigues is not gonna make CLD fight the way how he wants to fight, and that's how I feel. But is, you know, CLE is not a huge favorite, but he can still win though. He can still go in there and move around and touch up Gregory Rodrigues and possibly even knock him out. That's a possibility. I'm not taking anything away from CLD. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter. It's just when it's not clean and it gets dirty, how does it look when the fight is a dog dirty fight? Exactly. So I'm liking Rodrigues, but it is what it is. Arnold Allen, 200 and something, Giga Jakarta. I see nothing too wrong with it. But Giga still has a striking though, so still be aware of that. I don't think Allen has ever been knocked out, but still be aware of it though. You know, Giga still has a striking though, and still hit hard and his punches and kicks. But Allen has the movement on the ground, and I believe Allen is more well-rounded, so I can see why. All right, Bobby Green and Paddy Pemberton, even fights, not a problem with that, man. I do believe that Green can win, man. So I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, hometown favorite Pipleton has a chance. Just being hometown favorite. If you can get a couple takedowns, Bobby touch him up. A couple takedowns, it looks kind of close. Paddy Pipleton for the win by split decision. Careful with this one. Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is 300 and something. I'll be careful with this one, man. Like I said, two big heavyweight guys here. Curtis Blades is not a pushover. Even though Thomas Aspinall blew his knee out the last fight and Curtis Blades actually won it, you know, not the way how you want to win, you know, but at the same time, you know, Thomas Aspinall, like I said, a quicker fighter, has everything, he's well-rounded, but 380 something, still be careful, man, because these are heavyweight guys, and Curtis Blades does pack power, man. You never know, man. Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards, 250 something. Leon Edwards, yeah, I can see Leon Edwards winning this fight. You know, unless Bilal catch him and hurt him, something like that, which Edwards can get hurt in his fights. He does get dazed, but he recovers well. But yeah, maybe we'll see what happens with that one. But I'm liking Leon Edwards though. But odds don't look too crazy here. You just have to be aware, especially the heavyweight guys here. Can't be all in and Tom Aspinall against Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is still skilled, man. You gotta look at the caliber of the guy he's fighting. It's not a pushover. Same thing with Daniel Wood. Sorry, with Nathaniel Wood and Daniel. You know, Daniel is still a skilled guy. You know what I mean? It's the caliber. Molly McCann and Brazil. Brazil is still kind of upcomer, kind of, you know, it's just, she's not like a high caliber, you know, isn't, you know. So, you know, it's a fight where, you know, Molly could just go in there and dog her out, right? So that's it right there, guys, man. That's my odd breakdowns there, crazy odds. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button so these videos can come out. I'll be posting a lot more videos here, guys, and like usual, which I usually do, but I post them a little more on time and a more timely frame, you know, not too close to the fight. You know, so I can get more like views and stuff like that in the videos, you know. And I'm gonna be doing some more like some live chats and some live viewings, like when the fights are on. I might do some live things too, you know, just watch the fights and just talk and stuff like that, you know. And you can throw your picks up or whatever, you know, while the fights are going on, like who you think gonna win and see, you know. And then, you know, so I may do some live thing like that. And yeah, that's probably it, you know, I mean, for right now. So don't forget to subscribe, guys, and one love out to everybody, and us.